Norman Cushman, ladies and gentlemen, right here, here, 500 go, 500 where, 5 a quarter, 500, 520, 520, 5 quarter half, 5 a quarter half here, 55, 600, now quarter, now half here, 55, 700.
Welcome back, everybody. Silas here, and today we are at another farm auction. This auction is in Dighton, Kansas, which is roughly 150 miles away from where I'm from. It's in western Kansas, kind of northwestern Kansas. Not a whole lot to see out this way. Kansas is pretty brown this time of year out this direction. Lots of neat small towns you get to go through. You see a few neat old vehicles laying around. I even drove by a spot where about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, there was a great big auction with 100 and some cars. But it is extremely windy out here today and extremely cold. So I don't know what the audio is going to be like when I leave this building. I guess let's find out. Let's check it out. And then the auction starts here in about an hour. Check this bad boy out. Cushman. That is so cool. I have no clue what that's going to bring. It's probably going to go way above my budget, but it's definitely a neat piece. It looks to be mostly complete. Looks like it's missing a few pieces. Cushman Motorworks. I'm not really a bike guy, but I like that. The Cushman Husky? Yeah, the Cushman Husky. Wow, it'll be interesting to see what that goes for. There are piles of scrap everywhere out here, but this is way too far for me to go for scrap. So we're not going to worry about this stuff. I might film some of it selling, but mostly what I'm here for is there's a few old trucks. Check out and see what's inside the building. You just never know what you're going to find in these places. Don't see anything I can't live without in this one, but we'll dig through it a little bit. We got time. Right there, there's a neat piece. That's why you always have to look. Chief Paint and Varnish Thinner. That's a really cool can. We'll have to remember that's in here. I have no clue if they're going to do 1 ring, 2 rings, what the plan is. Usually this company just does 1 ring. I've gone to several of their auctions in the past. Big car auctions out in the middle of nowhere. Really good auctioneers, I like them, and they don't mind me filming, so that's why I'm here today, despite the cold and the wind. Oh, check out that TV up there. That is a blast from the past. That's way before my time. What is that, an Admiral? I have no clue if that's worth anything or not, but I don't know, I might bid on it just because it's neat and unusual. Check this thing out, that's kind of unusual. Like a mini tractor with a ripper on the back. Huh, interesting. And next up we have a Studebaker. It's got a neat looking grill guard in it. Not too rusty. That's the thing about coming out here. Stuff doesn't rust nearly as bad as it does out east. A little bit down there in the bottom of the door. I thought that Studebaker looked familiar. I just realized that Studebaker and that blue nose there on the ground, those are, well, they're not mine, but they're coming to me pretty soon. Those belong to a guy that brings me a lot of stuff. So this must be where he has his stuff stored at. I know he had it stored out here somewhere. So I guess I won't be bidding on those because they're already coming to me. We'll go on now. Big old box truck. That's a monster. He's the size of a semi-trailer, or bigger. Man. There are pallets and pallets and more pallets of stuff out here. I mean, it's wild how many pallets of just random parts there are. I'm sure there's some good stuff on here, but a lot of the stuff I can't identify. So, I mean, if I don't know what it is, I'm not going to bid on it today. This isn't a real big auction, and so I might bid on a few things. Stuff like that can and that TV, and if I see anything good, like here's a pile of license plates, stuff like that. I don't see anything wildly good on there, but I'll still bid if it goes for the right price. But for the most part, today is just going to be a watching auction. Like I say, there's a few old trucks. I'm not sure where they are. I guess we'll find them here in a minute that I want to bid on. And it's not that far to where if I buy more than I can haul today, I have a guy that said he'll come get stuff. He's got a 40-foot trailer, so he can get quite a bit of stuff. What are these off of? Those look almost Chevy or GM of some sort, but I can't tell. There you go, move in ready. Thing has been here a long time. It's all sorts of rotted, but check out this old building. That's kind of neat. Anybody home? Doesn't look like it. They pretty well cleaned it out. I bet a lot of the stuff on the pallets was in this building. And then next to it, old 4x4 3/4 ton Chevy. If it was closer to home, I would bid on something like this, but this is just too far for me to go. I wouldn't be able to make any money on it by the time I pay someone else to haul it. What do we got here? A Chrysler, it looks like. What is this, a New Yorker? Can't really tell, I don't see an emblem on it. I'm gonna guess New Yorker. Looks like it was a Newport. Yeah, it was a Newport. The emblem's gone, but I think that says Newport, which would be right. It's almost a New Yorker, but not quite. If that was an Imperial, I'd probably bid on it, but I don't know, it'd be a good derby car for somebody, but once again, it's too far for me to make any money on it. There you go. Bathtub and toilet all in one, and 2 sinks. Oh, and another toilet. Huh, just what you always needed. All sorts of small items on this trailer. This is probably where they'll start, but I don't see anything I can't live without. Now here's a cool piece. It's a double basin, but they're not square like the, yeah, those right over there. See how those are square? These are the round ones here. You don't see those very often, so I may bid on those. I don't know what mood I'm in today. Looks like an old sign in here. What's that say? Oh, watch for trucks. Or watch for something trucks. Another old building. Let's check it out, see if there's anything good in here. Exercise bike. Other than that, it looks like they pretty well cleaned it out. An old scale, but not really, not anything I would want. Bunch of copper wire. Check this car out. What is this? Torino? Yeah, this is a Torino. Somebody's put a, what does it say? Ford Elite. They put some sort of Continental kit on the back of it, so they've kind of customized this car a little bit, I'd say. Grand Torino Elite. I think they've added the Elite though. I think it's just a Grand Torino, but it's not a bad looking car really. A little bit of rust, a little bit of dents, but overall very presentable. Here's one of the pickups here. International, looks like a long bed, probably mid 60s, late 60s. I didn't realize it was beat in the face so bad, so I don't know about this one. No rust, but kind of beat up. It does have a little bit of rust, I see now. In the pictures you couldn't see that, but it's got a decent bed. Of course the tailgate's gone, always gone. That's the most valuable part on these trucks. It's got a nice dash in it still. I mean, the dash pad's junk, but it's not rusted out. The floors look like they're all solid, so I don't know. These Internationals just don't have a whole lot of value to them. The most valuable parts on these trucks are the front fenders, the grills, and the tailgates, and all of those are bad on this one, so I don't know, I may not bid on this one. This was one of the ones I was wanting. Now that's a heater. You can turn that on out here. It's about 27 degrees right now with the wind chill. I bet it's below 20. There's another heater. That one's not quite as big though. I don't know where the other vehicles are. I see a few on the front row, but I don't know where the other pickups are. Here we go. There's a couple good carburetors on this truck bed, or like truck bed. Man, I can't even talk. It's so cold. Pallet. Where did I get truck bed from? Pallet. Something wrong with me today. But looks like a couple Hollies, a couple Autolites. So yeah, we'll have to remember this pallet. Looks like an old Ford tractor. Toy one. Kind of neat. Kind of rough. Cream separator parts. Tennis rackets. I don't know. Don't see anything else good yet. There we go. We can go on a safari. There's our safari hat. There's a few chairs laying around, some old toys, pedal tractor, some bicycles, but check out this building. That is so cool. Man, I wish that was closer to home. I'd love to have that, but getting that home would be a nightmare. You'd have to disassemble it. And I've already got multiple cool buildings that I haven't done anything with, so not like I need more. But it's just a really cool shape, and then these iron doors. That is too neat. I don't know what you would put in here unless it had windows in it at one point in time. Kind of a low ceiling, you have to duck to get in the door. Once you're in here, you can stand back up. Huh. Definitely interesting. There's the bone pile. Unfortunately, deer skulls just don't sell the greatest around here because they're so common. Deer like grass out here. I mean, they're everywhere. I'm actually surprised I didn't see any out in the fields today on the way here, because I left my house at about 6:30 this morning, and normally you'd see a lot of deer. Of course, it's cold and windy, so they're probably all bunkered down. Here's some of the vehicles. There's an International there, a couple tractors, John Deere, Massey Ferguson, GMC, a few more tractors there. Oh, there's one of the trucks I was interested in right down here. I believe this is a 66, I think they said, 65 or 66. C60. It looks pretty good in the pictures. Looks like it's got a little bit of rust in the door, but overall, looks pretty good. Above the windshield looks pretty good. Guess we'll open it up and see what's inside it. Oh yeah, it's rock solid up above the windshield. I just sold a whole load of these cabs the other day, actually. Got a nice looking seat in it. Floors are good, so yeah, there's a lot of good potential in this one here. I don't know about hauling this thing home in this wind. If I do buy it, I'm going to take the sides off and lay them down flat, because man, that would be a nightmare in this crosswind. Oh, it's a big block truck. That's pretty cool. No power steering, nothing like that, but still, it's a big block. I don't know if I'll be able to buy this truck or not. It's pretty nice and I bet it runs, but we'll bid on it, see what happens. Check this bad boy out. Road Boss 2, white. That is a big truck right there, tough looking truck. It's not that big, it just looks tough. But that's nothing I want. Semis always look so cool on the outside, and then you open up the door and they're always just kind of bland. I never like them on the inside. Mustang convertible, looks like a Malibu and a Ford truck. Nothing I need on those three, but I can't figure out where the other pickups are. There should be like 3 or 4 pickups out in the field somewhere, but I don't see them anywhere, so I'm gonna have to ask where they're at. What is this, a Harley Davidson? I don't think I've ever had one quite like that before. It's some 3-wheelers. Garden tractor. Check this funky little mower thing out. The Greenbrier? Huh, I have never seen one like that. That is too cool. And just International, and then I have no clue what that is. Those are pretty common. There we go, look at this thing. Visor off of something. I'm not sure what that is, but it's got, looks like all the brackets are on it still. That's a pretty good looking one. Anything else good on here? It doesn't look like it, just that one item. This is pretty neat here too. Little buggy. Just a little tiny one. I don't know if you call that a 1-seater or a 2-seater. If you weren't very big, you could get 2 on there. Check out this wheelbarrow. That is too cool. It's got a fender on it. Old wheelbarrow of some sort. I just never seen one like that before. I have no clue what I would do with it. I probably shouldn't buy it because it would just sit in my way and I'd get mad at it, but still neat. Alright, I switched over to the other camera, the little camera. Audio is not going to be nearly as good on this one just because of the wind, but the battery lasts longer, a little bit easier to hold, and the auction's about to start. Not that many people here so far. So I just found out on this Cushman here, they're going to be selling that at the same time that the other auction ring is at the other side of the, about 5 miles away from here selling vehicles. So I can't bid on both, so I'll have to leave a bid on that. I'm going to look around and see if there's anything else I got to leave a bid on, because they're going to sell all of this stuff while I'll be gone. So I need to leave a bid on the Cushman, leave a bid on the wheelbarrow, I guess, against my better judgment. And oh, the indent can and the TV inside the building. I think that was about it, honestly. Oh, that little bit of carburetors. But honestly, I have enough carburetors, I don't really care.
Market bolts. We got steel and all your funnels.
Sold out $12, 17 to buy.
The 2 metal cans, 2.5, 3. Buy both metal cans, 2.5, $3, quarter bill. Sold them $70 on number. Numero uno. On the old TV right there, on the old TV, 25, 25 on, go to the bill, 25 on, go to the bill, 25 on, go to the bill, 25, go to the bill, on the TV, 35 on, go to the bill, $30 all, 25 on, go to the bill, bid, 25, need 30, 25 on, go to the bill, 25 on, go to the bill, go to the bill, go to the bill, go to the bill, 25 on, go to the bill, 25 on, 30, 25 on, go to the bill, sold them 25 on 17, thank you, sir. This one?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How many dollars here? 10?
You got 5.
5, 7.5, 5 on, couple of half, 7 on, 10, 10, $20, sold them $55 on number 1, 55, 40, sold them $50 on 109, $50 on 109.
Hubcap.
Hubcap right here.
$5.
Oh, hey, looky here. Chevy lovers right here. $5 bed, but $2, 3, 3 bed. $2.5 for the bell, for the bell, for the bed. Chevy lovers here. $3 all. $3 sold them $2.5 on 17. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
$2.5, 17.
He put a new battery. He thought it would run. He never got it started, guys. He actually bought it, or his wife bought it about 5 years ago, I think, or so, in Ness at an auction, and Dean actually rode it from here down to Beeler to the elevator one day.
It runs and works excellent.
Heck.
I think I flooded it. I don't know. You'll find buy it as cheap as you can. I don't give it. I'm done with it. My wife bought it for me as an anniversary present.
That's about as honest as you get, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know, but it's excellent condition. You won't believe how good it works.
Okay, folks, you took a tour to the Beeler.
No
Co-op.
title. We
No-
didn't
no
find it.
title, folks. Very,
You
very
didn't
good
give me
shape
one
for the age,
when I
folks.
wanted
On the Cushman, ladies and gentlemen, right here, here, 500 go, 500 where, 5 a quarter, 500, 5 quarter half, 5 a quarter half here, 55, 600, not quarter, not half here, 55, 700, 18 half, 18 half, 19, 19 half, 2,000, sold them 3,500 on 67, $3,500 on 67, thank you much.
That was pretty wild on the Cushman. I was not expecting it to go that high. I was thinking like 1,500, maybe 2,000. But we are headed to the other location now. I just realized I had this camera zoomed in. No wonder it was having issues getting everything in frame. That's better. I was wondering why I was having such a hard time filming everything inside that building. And, oh, that Chief can. Oh man, retail. Those sell on eBay for about 50 bucks in that condition. And you got to pay eBay fees and all that on top of that. And so I was going to bid it up for like 25 bucks. But the guy that was bidding on it, I don't know if I caught it on camera or not because it wasn't zoomed out right. But anyway, he was staring at me every time he'd bid. He'd go, yeah. Like it was kind of weird the way he was doing that. And so I'm like, man, you gonna try to intimidate me? I don't play that game. And so I bid him up to 70 bucks just for fun. That was way too much money. I thought he was gonna dump it on me. But I was like, come on, dude, you ain't gonna do that to me. But I got the TV for 25. The reason why I started that at 25, another funny story, is the guy that said to sell it, he was starting everything at $1, and it was getting annoying the way he kept doing it. And he'd ho-hum around for every dollar that he would bid on stuff. And so I was like, the auctioneer said 25, and I just said, yeah, it's probably $100, $150 TV, so I'll make money on it. I tried to buy the Minneapolis can. I didn't even see it when I was walking around the first time, but it went for about retail is what it went for. And then that hubcap, I didn't see that until they were walking by it, and I was like, hey, I'll take that, $5. And the auctioneer was real cool about it. Nobody else bid, so he dropped it to 2.5 and let me have it for 2.5. So I made $2.50 for doing nothing. But I will see you guys out there. I have no clue what's out here. They said there's one location has a bunch of farm equipment, and then another location has some trucks and some more farm equipment. So we're going out here now to see what we can find. Oh, I forgot to mention, there are a couple more things that I wanted to bid on, like that wheelbarrow, and there's a few carburetors and license plates, headlight buckets, that visor, just a handful of stuff. I don't know what they're going to sell. They don't know what they're going to sell. They're kind of just going hither, thither, all over the place selling stuff. But Skylar's there, and so I showed him the few things that I wanted, and so he'll bid on those for me. Well, looks like we made it. I think this is the farm equipment location. Yeah, I see a piece of farm equipment there in the weeds. And I think that's John there in front of me. Pretty sure that's John. Yeah, buy junk. He brings me a lot of cool old trucks and cars and cut-off noses, and that's who that Studebaker cab and that cut-off nose belonged to. He's a pretty cool guy, and kind of a weird, I don't know about weird, but neat story. I think I mentioned it before, but his dad actually, for about 2 years, owned the property where I have all my cars. It was an antique salvage yard, and his dad bought it, crushed it out, and then sold the property. That was back in around 1991 or 92, somewhere in there. Man, where's this stuff at? This guy had it hidden back here, that's for sure. No wonder I couldn't find it on the map. The cows are keeping the cars guard. Junk or whatever's out here. I don't even know what's out here. Oh man, I shouldn't roll my window down. Getting all the dust in here. Oh, that was a bad idea. That's what I get for messing around. Let's see, it looks like an old car and maybe a truck. I don't know what's out here. I guess we're going to find out. There was no pictures of any of this stuff on the website. The trucks I'm actually interested in are actually at another location that we'll go to after we're done with this. Man, I got my trailer on. I don't know where they're taking me, but I'm the only person with a trailer in the whole line. Looks like an old Dodge up there on the hill. I'll have to look at that. If there's anything I want but I don't want to come get, John said that he'll knock it in half for me and set it aside, and then I can come get it later, or he can bring it to me. Of course, I'll have to pay more for it then. But he said he needs cars and whatnot to crush to get rid of all the iron. I guess we just park wherever. This is spooky.
Does anybody want anything separate?
They're gonna sell all this together. That's the way I like it. Combines, iron. I'm gonna let John buy that Dodge, and I'll just buy the nose from him. There's a nose on that truck up by. Oh, I gotta run, gotta hurry. Is there anything good on this car that makes it worth taking home separate? I don't think so. I think it's a good crusher. Oh, here they are. I shouldn't tell you where they are. Huh.
That's that raid, that danger.
Yeah. Maybe one, two, a few of them.
Not
There's a bunch, but they're all beat up. Yeah, they're all beat up, but kind of neat. Huh.
2,400 number to hey, number to hey, number to 25, number to 5, number to 5, number to 5 and a half. 2,500 number to have, hey, number to give it to have, number to 25 and a half. 2,500 number to bid, hey, number to give it to have, hey, number to give it to have, number to 25 and a half. 27 and a half. 2,700 number to have, hey, number to give it to have, number to 27 and a half. Sold $2,700.
4 to 4.
4.
So I guess John bought everything in the field for $2,700, but they just sold everything all at once. I thought they were going to let us look around for a second. I would have bought those signs separate, but I talked to John and I said, I'll give you $300 for the whole pile, unsearched. I don't know what's there. And he said, whatever it's worth to me. So I'll come back over here later and gather those up. I guess we'll go see what's out here in the field first. I'm gonna buy some old trucks maybe. Oh, I guess we're going this way. This is a jungle out here. Jungle. Way off in the distance is those other old trucks. He had this stuff stashed, that's for sure. I'm glad I got 4-wheel drive. That's gonna be fun getting all those signs out of there though. That's gonna be one of the coolest parts of the sale. Who knows if there's any valuable ones there. That danger sign was pretty cool. That one's probably worth something, but the rest of those signs are just all like right-hand turn and winding road, and they're road closed. They're just common signs. They're kind of beat up and shot full of holes, but they are old. And if I look at them and I think there's going to be quite a bit of money there, I'll pay him more than the $300 that I offered him. He sells me a lot of stuff, and so I want to stay on his good side. I try to treat people as fair as I can. I mean, I got to make money. I have to make money. That's the name of the game. But at the same time, I don't have to make $1 million. Where are we going? I got like a marshland down here. They got these things way back here. This is funny. I wonder if there's a better way to get to those, or if I buy anything, am I going to have to come back down here? This is wild. Well, I think this is a road. I'm not sure. The pastor just kind of came out onto this road thing. Man, out here in the backwoods, you just never know what you're going to come across. There they are. I think there's 3 of these that I'm interested in based off the pictures. So I'll go check them out real quick. If they're nothing that I want or can use, then I guess we'll let John have them all. This is the main one, the Chevy, no rear end, but the front end's in it. And it's a Western Kansas truck. Oh man, the roof is rotted to nothing. But man, I have to buy stuff to take home. I brought my trailer. I don't know. Got a lot of the chrome's gone, but man, I don't know. I think I still want it though. If my winch will last. I wish this bed was on that truck. GMC instrument cluster. Other than that, probably the nose. Tailgate's cool. Dodge. Anything good on this old Dodge? Probably not. No. And yeah, this in here. International. We've got the tailgate. Trying to hurry. These are some rusty trucks. Man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna haul home.
No time on any of these. 2.5, number 3, number 3, number 3.5, 3.5, number 4. 3.5, number
I go 4.
4, number 4.5, number 4.5, number 500. 500, number 5.5, 5.5, number 500, 5.5, 5.25, number 5.5. 5.5, number 575, number give it 75, number give it 75. 550, number 75, number give it 75, number give it 75, 555, 75. 550, number bid 75, number give it 75, number 75, 550, number 75, number give it 75.
Sold them 550, number 17.
The Chevy.
200, number 300. Here's 75, number 75, number 75, 275. 250, 75, number 75, number 75, 250, number 75. Sold them $250.
The other one,
The school bus.
yeah.
Sold $250, number 44. Rest of them.
Yeah, this is the other one that I wanted right here. I was wondering where it was at, but now I see it. I'll have to go tell John I want that one.
On the International right here. 100.
Yeah.
Quarter, half, 75, number 2, 10, number 2 and a quarter, number 2 and a half, number 75, number 3. 3 and a quarter, number 3 and a half, number 75, number 75, number 4, 4, number 4 and a quarter. 425, number 25, number 25, 404 and a quarter. 400, number 25, number 25, number 25. 400, number 25, number 25, sold $400, number 17. Cool. That means I got 2 vehicles now, so if I don't buy anything else, I'm okay. I got my trailer and Skylar's trailer. Hopefully, I have a wood blade for my sawzall to get that tree. If the tree's growing through it. Now that I look at it from this side, it may not be. Circle around here and, oh no, the tree's not growing through it. It's beside it. Okay, cool. That's a good thing. I think we can get that on Skylar's trailer because it's got tires on it. The Chevy has no rear end, so we'll put that on my trailer. Hopefully my winch works. Last time I hauled a truck with this trailer, my winch was acting up. Worst case scenario, Skylar can back up beside me and make it happen. I would have got that International for $100 because John said he wouldn't bid against me, but there's another guy that came out just to bid on that truck for somebody else. So what do you do? But still, at 4 or 4 and a quarter, whatever I gave for it, I mean, that truck is nice. There's no rust in it. I don't know about the floors. I didn't check the floors, but the fenders and all that. And like I was saying earlier, those fenders are a very valuable piece. A good grill. Obviously no tailgate on that one. But yeah, cool looking old cars sitting out there in the field. If I knew I could haul that semi or get it hauled, I would have bought it, but I didn't think I could get it hauled. And it may have air brakes, and if the air brakes are locked up, it's just too much work, and they're not that valuable. I've got a bunch of semis now that nobody wants. But that Chevy's got a lot of good parts. The International 4-wheel drive, worst case scenario, I could part it out, but somebody may buy that whole truck just because it's such a good cab. But I have no clue where we're heading now. I was talking to the guy that was bidding against me, so I don't know. I didn't hear what the auctioneer said we're doing next. But we're burning right through this stuff. I like the way he's doing it. He's just like, you want to bid on something separate? Tell me now. So we're just buying it. Or no, I'm not, but other people are just buying everything. This is a fun auction today. I'm glad I came to this. I almost didn't come. But then I was like, well, man, I don't know. I haven't been to an auction in a little while, so I guess I might as well. I'm glad I did, though. I guess while we're driving wherever we're driving, it's lunchtime. Beef jerky. This is one of those pretty big slabs, and you just rip off a chunk and go to town. It's actually pretty good. You can get them at Atwood's. So my parents got it for me for Christmas, but as soon as this bag's empty, I say that, and it's been a little while since Christmas, but it's still good. There's so much preservatives in this store-bought beef jerky. It's unreal. I have a dehydrator. I need to just make my own, but anyway, I'm going to eat this. Man, I drove a long ways for nothing that I want. Oh well. Good entertainment, right? That's a bummer. I wanted to film the grain drill selling, and it didn't sell. But that's the last of the hop skipping around, so we are headed back over to the main auction. I don't know if Skylar bought anything for me or not, but there's that gold Chevy truck there still, and I don't remember. There was something else I was going to bid on, but I can't remember what it was now. Oh, maybe that Ford Elite and that other International, but I don't think I'm going to bid on the International. Maybe the Ford Elite. Hopefully they'll sell that gold Chevy truck first, so if I get it bought, I know I have to come back anyway, and so I can buy something else. But if I don't get it bought, I probably won't even bid on that Elite. This auction was listed as being in Dighton, but actually the closest town is that one right in front of us. You can kind of see the grain elevator up there. That's Alameda, Kansas. What's crazy is I know you can't see it on the camera, but way off in the distance, there's a whole bunch of combines, farm equipment, some junk cars. We've driven by at least 2 farms that have bunches of junk everywhere. I mean, there's just so much stuff out here. Thousands and thousands and thousands of tons of iron. Bunch of cool cars. And usually they're not that rusty out here. I have no clue why all those ones we saw out there in that row were so rusty. That was just kind of a weird deal. Maybe they came from somewhere else.
$5 now, bid 16, bid 6, $5 now, bid 16, bid 6, $5 now, 6, sold $5, home 17.
Two pounds of money.
Taking two.
1, 2,
Thank you, sir.
Choice on tubs here, and what do you want to give? What do you give here? Get five, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, now 7.5, 7.5, now 10, now 12.5, bit 15, and 17.5, get $20, bit 22.5, 25, 27.5, bit $30, $32.5. Sold $30. Number one's a buyer.
You're interested in the payloader, guys? Come over there.
Took one.
Payloader, guys, he's going to sell a payloader.
I don't need it.
All right, choice again. And what do you want to give here? Bid $5 to go. 5 down, 7.5, have it 7.5, $5, bid 7.5, 10 down, 12.5, $10, bid 12.5, 15, and 17.5, have it 17, 15. Sold $15. 17's the buyer. Taking one, going again here. What do you get here? $5, $5, $6, $6, $6, $5 now, $6, $5 now, $6, bid $6, $5 now, bid $6, bid $6, $5 now, $6. Sold $5 on 17, $5 on 17.
300, 4, 5, 5, 5, 500, 500, 5, 5, 5, 750 up at 775. So $750. Does have PTO hydraulics, no 3-point. Is diesel, guys. Right there on the 4020 tractor. What do you say? Get $5,000 to go. 33 and 34, 3,400. So $3,300. Number 5555. Thank you, sir. 3,984. $4,000. So $3,900. Number 28. 17. So $1,600. The buyers. Does not have brakes. It runs. Does not have brakes. $1,200, $1,300, $1,200, number 30, $1,300, number 13. Are you all in and all done, guys? I don't want to miss you. $1,200, number 30, $1,300, number 13. Sold it. $1,200. $1,700, $1,700, $1,800. Y'all in and all done. 17 and a half, number to give 18.
Yeah.
Sold it. 1750 on 17. 300 number to be 4, number to be 4, number to be $400, 23, number to be 4, number to be 400. 23, $2,400, number to be 4, number to be 400, 23, 4. Sold $2,300. $1,400, $1,400, $1,400, 30, number to be 40, $1,400. $1,400, $40, $1,400, 30, $1,400, better car than that, guys. $1,400, $1,400. So $1,300. $1,300 number to be 40, but to be 40, $1,400, 30, number to be 40, $1,400. So $1,300. 25 the buyer. Are y'all in and all done? 17.5 now, but give me $18,000.
Okay,
So 17.5. 300 number to be half, hey, number to be half, 3 and a half, number to be 4, number to be 4, number to be 400. 700, 700, 700. So 650. 83.
I forgot to look in here. Is there anything good?
Car parts,
Yeah.
tractor parts.
All NOS stuff. That's cool. There's one thing on the floor. Does the floor count? Up here in
Pull
the,
it out.
yeah,
right here.
box of cans. Is anything you want? Yeah, right there.
Okay. Pull it out. So it's out of there. Anything else anybody wants? Other than that, we'll just sell you the pigeonholes and everything in it. Buy the pigeonholes on the north wall, guys, and everything in it. Those cans on the floor are not in it. 100? 100, now but 100 and a quarter. 100, now but 100 and a quarter, now but 100 and a half, now but a half, and now but 175. 250, I'm gonna bid 75, I'm gonna give it 75, 252, 75. Sold it, $250. 38, 39, Galen. On the box of cans right there. Stop leak? Is that what it is?
I think so.
On the box of cans. 2.5. 2.5. And number 3. 3. Number 4. 4. Number 5. 5. 5. Number 6. Number 7. 7. 7. Now give 8. Now 9. 9. Number 9. Number 10. 10. Number $11. 50. Number bid 2.5. Number give it 2.5. Number give it 2.5. 50. Number 2.5. Sold out $50. Number 17. 17 the buyer. Does anybody want something separate out of this one?
And I would buy these separate.
Okay.
And I started at 20.
On the fuel pumps right here in this pigeonhole. 20, now I'm going to 2.5. 22.5, I'm going to give it a 2.5, I'm going to bid 2.5, I'm going to give it a 2.5. $20, now I'm going to bid 2.5, I'm going to give it a 2.5, I'm going to give it a 2.5. 20, I'm going to 2.5, I'm going to give it a 2.5. 20, I'm going to 2.5, I'm going to give it a 2.5. Sold out, $20, 17. Fine, I'm going to bid 6, I'm going to bid 6, 5, $6. Fine, I'm going to bid 6, 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 fine, I'm going to bid 6, I'm going to bid 6, fine, I'm going to bid 6. Sold out, $5, number 17.
Thank you.
All right, on your guard deal here. On your guard deal here, what are we going to get in that? $25, 25. I'll get 25, 25, get $10. $10, 10, 10, 10, now 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half. On your guard here, 10, 12 and a half, now 15, 15, 17 and a half, $20, 22 and a half, 2 and a half, 22 and a half, 25, 27 and a half. Sold, $25 on 17, 17, thank you. All right, selling here, Harley first. And what do we give here? What do we give out of Harley here to give $1,000 to go? $1,000 together, give $1,000 bid 5 bid 500. 5 bid 5, 5 bid 5, 500, 5 bid 2.5, half, $250, $250 now with 3 bid 3 now 3.5, half, 3.5, 400, 4.5. All in, all done on your Harley here, $450, leave it 75, leave it 75, 450 bid 75, leave it 75, 415, 75, I'm at 75, 450 bid 75, 575, 75. So, $450 on one. On your sunshade. And what do you want to give there? On your sunshade, what do we give it? $10 to go, 10, 10, 10, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, $20, 22 and a half, 25, 27 and a half, get $30, 32 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, 40 now, 45, $50, 50, 50, 55, now $60, 65, $70, 70, 75, $80, 85, $90, 95, and $100 now, 105, 10, 15, now 20, 25, get $30, 30 now, 40, 50, 50, $140 now, 50, $140 now, 50, 50, $140, 50, 50, $140, 50, $140 on your seat here, $140 now, 50, 50, $140 now, 50. Sold $140 on 17.
All right, on the tires. On the tires, east of the shed here, whole lot, half 5. Would go 10. 10, have it on 10. Would go 20, have it on 20. 15, have it on 20. 20, have it on 25. Would go 25 to 30. 30, have it on 35. 35, have it on 35. And have it on 40. 40, have it on 45. Would go 45, 45 and 50. 50 in, have it on 55. 55, have it on 5. 5, have it on 55. 55, have it on 55. 55, have it on 55. Would go 55.
I'm gonna wait for
55, have
him.
it on 55.
I'm gonna wait for
55, have it on 55. Have it on 55. 55, have it on 55, 55, have it on 55. Right here at 50, have it on 55, we go 55, have it on 55, have it on 55. Sold it to you $50 on number 1717.
Well, I didn't get the Gran Torino. I would have got it, probably anyway. They might have gone higher. But I was busy buying that visor, and I thought they had ended that ring, but that ring was still going, and they were over here selling that and that old International pickup. I think it went for 400 bucks. I would have went quite a bit higher than that just because I think I could sell it, and I'm going to have an empty spot on the trailer. I have a buddy coming to pick up that 66 with the big block in it for me, and he could have fit that car on there too, but I'm going to have to pay the same price for him to haul one car as I would have for two, so I was hoping to get it. But I did get those 4 aluminum slot wheels over here. They're 8 lugs, 16 5s, pretty cool. Show them to you later, but there's a couple things I want to buy over here first.
They're up right now.
Yeah.
So much on the headline.
5.
5 in, now 7.5. Would go 7.5, have it on 7.5. Would go 7.5, have it on 7.5, 7.5, have it on 6.
Are you done over there?
Have it on 6. Sold it to you $5 on 17. 17.
Thank you.
On the tote. On the tote, 10 in, have it on 12.5. Would go 12.5, have it on 12.5. Have it on 12.5, have it on 12.5. Would go 12.5, have it on 12.5. 12.5, have it on 12.5. 15, 15, 17, We got 17 and a half and 20.
Yeah.
They put it on 22 and a half and 25. They put it on 27 and a half, 26.
You know, I can't see sharp. I don't mean you're knocking you down. I think it must be in a
Yeah, that was getting you, but he was getting me.
Sold it to you 25 on 17. Get the whole works right there. Your manifolds in there. Everything right there with money. 30? Yeah. Would it go 30?
Yeah.
30, have it on 30, 30, have it on 30, would it go 35? 35, have it on 30, 30 right here.
Here's one of the plates.
35, have it on 5.
There's a few things.
35, would it go 35, 35, have it on 35. Sold it to you at $30 on 17.
This truck, kind of a neat truck, 4-wheel drive, 4-speed. Got a John Deere bicycle in the back of it for when it breaks down.
325 right here, have it on 345, 25, have it on 345. Sold it to you at 300 even on 44.
Okay, choice on the wheelbarrows. And what to give here? Bid 5, I'm at 5, 5, I'm at 6, 6, 5, I'm at 6. I'm at 5, I'm at 6, now 7, I'm at 7, 7, and 8, now 9, 9, now 11, I'm at 12. Sold $11 on 17, $11 on 17.
Just this one.
Takes this one's gone. Now 22 and a half and get 25, I'm at 25 and 27 and a half and get 32, I'm 30, now 32 and a half and 35, I 37 and a half, 40, I'm at 14, 42 and a half and 45, I 45, now 7 and a half and get 50, I'm at 50, 50, 15, 52 and a half and get 55, 55 and 57 and a half and get 60, I'm at 16, 62 and a half and get 65, I'm at 65, 65 and 7 and a half and get 70, I'm at 70, 72 and a half and 75, I'm at 75, 72 and a half and 75, I'm at 75, I'm at 5, 75, I'm at 72 and a half, 5, I'm at 75 and 80, I'm at 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 80, I'm at 82 and a half, 80, I'm at 82 and a half, I'm at 82, 50. Sold it $80 on 17.
All right, now the race is on. I've got about 2 hours till it's going to be dark, like dark outside. And I have to get all those signs out of that goalie, and I have to get those 2 trucks loaded out there in the field. And I have a whole bunch of stuff here. Now this stuff over here, I don't mind doing it in the dark, but I want to get all that done, and I want to get back over here before it gets dark. I have to pay now, so put your guesses in the comments what you think I paid. I don't think I spent that much. Now I did spend like $1,750 or whatever it was on that truck up front, and $2,750 about a handful of other stuff. I'm gonna guess $3,500, but you let me know what you think I spent. We'll find out in just a second. He's driving that old Ford diesel home. It was going for $500. He almost got it for $500, but then he opened the hood and I saw it had a hydraulic clutch in it. And that bell housing is like $600 or $700, $800 by itself. So I ran it up to like $1,200 or $1,100, something like that. I figured a running diesel truck ought to be worth that much, but he bought it anyway. Said all he's gonna do is pull the bed off of it. All right, where were those signs at? I don't remember where they're at now. Oh, here they are. Okay, yeah, they're scattered all through here, so this will be fine. We've got winding road, speed limit 40. I'm not sure what these say. Weight limit. Yeah, a bunch of weight limits. A danger sign. That's my favorite. It's a danger. I have no clue what this one is. It's round, so maybe railroad. Just blank, but I'll go ahead and take it and get some pictures so they can start dragging them out. We've got a T, another T, crossing, stop sign, a yield. Bunch of beat up weight. Oh man, that scared me half to death. A rabbit. Whew. Heart attack. 449. I don't know what that is. Yeah, there's all sorts of neat signs in here. Pretty rough, but I don't know if I gave too much or not, but I think the danger sign is worth a little bit, so that's mainly what I was buying. The rest of these are just whatever. There we go, got them all out of there. There was more than I thought. A lot of them are pretty rough, but there's a couple neat ones in here. A lot of signs. All right, Skylar's up there loading the International. Let's see if my winch will work long enough to load this. Last time I used it, oh, I forgot. I loaded my trailer out and they ran my winch out and then they ran it back in backwards. So now I have to hit out for it to go in. Is it gonna pull up? Ooh, that didn't sound healthy. There it goes. I'm gonna have to steer it though. But it came out of the hole. Well, that's all I got. It made it onto the trailer. My winch said, nah, I don't feel like working. So, I don't know. Good old Harbor Freight quality. Well, slowly but surely we're making it on there. It's not having the rear end is making it quite a bit harder on my winch than what it should be. I'm gonna have to get that fixed. And of course the rear end's sitting in the back of the truck. But I guess while we're waiting on my winch to cool down, it's not the winch, it's the relay. So I just need to replace that. I guess I could bypass it. If I can't get it loaded, I will. But I bought the instrument cluster out of this. I need to get that pulled here in just a second. Maybe I'll do that after I run my winch one more time. I'll go ahead and pull that. But he's going to cut the nose off of this truck and pull the tailgate off for me. And then this International, he's going to do the same thing, cut the nose and pull the tailgate. Another square body GMC. I don't think there was anything in this bus. I didn't really look. They were going so fast. I guess it's clear full of stuff. I don't see anything good though. Oh wow, he's got a whole bunch of boxes of paper. He's probably just gonna throw them all on the ground. Make a burn pile. Of course, I don't know if you could burn out here or not. This would be a pretty wild fire. And of course we got the Citation and an LTD. Looking back now, I kind of regret not buying this one. This is a white compact. I had that really cool orange one a while back that I sold. It was just a grain hauler. This is a little semi, but I was just worried about air brakes, which it does have air brakes, which it ain't that big of a deal. You just got to cut the arms and you can back them off, but I just didn't want to deal with it. Cool truck, no rust at all, but you can't save them all. It'll be good in the crusher for somebody. There we go. Got all the signs in there. Got the truck on here. It loaded no problem. I bought that big tub of alternators. I think I can stick it right there if I move my winch controller. Put a strap on it. I bought that other tub that's only partially full of alternators. I can put it over there, put some other heavy stuff in it. I was gonna load the cab, but unfortunately I can't get the doors open on this cab. Wasn't thinking of that. I should have rolled a window down before I loaded it. But it is loaded up on here. I got it all chained down. I'll double check the hood when we get back over there. We're not going very far. This is about 6 miles. Oh yeah, it's solid. So all right, I guess I'll go check on Skylar, see how he's doing. Head over there. I kind of regret not buying that one, but it's too late now. Life goes on. If I would have bought that one and that white over there, my buddy could have got both of those at the same time on his trailer, no problem. But oh well. Well, it would appear I no longer have a remote for my winch, unless, nope, that's a knife sticking up. Okay, I thought I stuck it to the front of my trailer and I left it sitting there and I said I need to grab that, and then I forgot. So I didn't see it up there where he got that truck all loaded up. It's coming down here. Maybe it fell off coming through here. I think I might see it laying down there. I didn't realize that International didn't have a driver's door on it. I didn't walk over that far because they were going so fast once again. Please be my remote. Nope, that's just a cow patty. That's not a remote. I mean, it has to be somewhere between here and there. The question is how fast did it fall off? But yeah, that International, I mean, it's still such a solid cab and front clip that I think I've got a red door for it. So we'll be all right. Man, did I really lose that remote? I can't believe it, but I did. I really did, because I do not see it anywhere. Oh, right here it is. It fell off immediately. Okay, whew, that makes me feel better. Oh, that looks pretty good. My truck's sitting up there on the hill. Get a little bit closer so you can see it on the camera. That's a good looking photo right there. Oh, it's gonna be a late night. Probably gonna take another hour and a half to get everything loaded up. Then I got a 2.5 hour drive home. It's already almost 6, so yeah, it's gonna be, then I gotta unload Skylar, but it'll be okay. Oh, that's just a good looking load right there. This truck's really a rough piece of junk. Cab's all rotted out, but it's got a good nose on it that I can cut off. That spotlight. The reason why I wanted to get it instead of John is because John just pulls the tailgates off for me, but I want to actually cut the bed. I can get a little bit more money that way. Then it's got a lot of dash parts, and pulling those spotlights sometimes when you're in a hurry isn't very fun. Plus, if I wouldn't have bought it, I wouldn't be hauling nothing home. I guess I could haul home the big truck, but I don't really feel like hauling that big truck on this little trailer. It would do it, but I'd have to drive slow. This has got a really straight front bumper on it. I may try to sell that and put a different front bumper with this nose when I cut it off. Okay, I guess we're just waiting on Skylar to get the battery put back in his truck, and then he'll be over here and we'll hit the road back over there and get her loaded up. He's got a bunch of stuff to load up as well. How heavy is this bad boy? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do that by myself. I can do that one by myself though. Yeah, if we put this on the one side, then I can, well actually I might be able to get all these in one container. I don't know, I'll figure it out. All I know is it's dark out here. And then I got these grill guards here. The one I don't really want, but I bought it, so I guess I'll take both. But this other one here on the front, that's for a late 50s Ford, I think. maybe GM, but I'm pretty sure that's for a Ford. And it's made that way, the hood kind of where it drops down, it fits in there, looks good. So it's not like a factory built piece, but it's built for those trucks. And if that's what I think it is, that's probably about a $300 or $400 unit, but I could be off. It was a what, $15 or $25 gamble. I'll be fine. Well, somebody helped themselves to my radiator stop leak cans. I paid a bunch of money for those too, and they walked right off with them. They even left my box behind. Stupid thieves. I swear, at least my other stuff's, well, some of my other stuff's in here. They even took all my AC pumps that I bought. Man, I swear, they robbed me good. Just too much going on at once. Well, kind of good news. You can see where they grabbed them in a hurry and some of the cans fell out of the box because they knew they were stealing them. So I got 3 cans out of a whole box of probably 15 of these. So I way overpaid on these. I mean, they're worth a little bit of money, but they're not worth $70 or whatever it was for 3 cans. Was it 50 or 70? I can't even remember now what I paid for those, but it definitely wasn't. It was way too much for just 3. So far, everything else I bought is still here, though, so I'm going to keep driving around gathering stuff. I bet it was the guy that bid me up on them, because he was the guy that was all mad at me over that Chief can at the very beginning, but I don't know that for sure, so it's hard telling. Oops. Got to put my truck back in 2-wheel drive. I've been doing it in 4-wheel drive. Can't see nothing in here. Just a second. There we go. Now you can see me a little bit better. But we are loaded up. I got all of my stuff now except for the 66 grain truck, but that's right in front of the guy's house. So I doubt anybody's going to take that. Of course, you never know, but more than likely it'll be fine. That still upsets me on those cans being gone, but everything else I bought was still here, and I'll make good money on the stuff I bought today. There was a tote out back that I paid $17 for, and I thought there was 2 magnetos in it, and I thought they were like $50 a piece, and so I'll make $100, so whatever that profit comes out to. I started cleaning it out. There was 4 magnetos and a bunch of old Ford power steering pumps out of the late 60s.
Turkey Red for 3/4 of a mile.
Yes, GPS, thank you. But anyway, that's going to be a good money maker for sure. And there was a few other things that I bought that I didn't really know what they were at first. I just kind of bought them spur of the moment, and I'll do pretty good on those. So this is definitely a money maker auction. Just got to put the time and effort into it. So, I mean, yeah, I make money, but still, like, why did they have to steal those cans? And that was one of my favorite things that I bought too. I am glad that I found 3 of them laying on the floor. But, oh well, life goes on. I don't know about karma, if that's real or not, but if it is, it'll get them, and if not, then they'll maybe nothing will happen to them. I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Next time I go to a farm sale like this, I think I'm going to try to hire somebody to go with me, and their entire job is to pick up whatever I buy and go either load it or put it in a pile. I don't get stuff stolen very often, but I've had several auctions now where stuff disappeared while I was still there, while I was bidding. I've had stuff stolen out of my truck before, but that's only happened once. But I'm going to get home for the night. We will check this stuff out in the daylight when I unload it all a little bit better and kind of go over everything I bought once again. All right, it is Monday morning. I made it back about 10 or 10:30 at night, Saturday night. Don't think anything blew off. Looks like everything made it back. I'm out here at my place now. I've got to get the trailer unloaded. I'm not going to have time to unload the truck. I've got to get out to the other yard and get to crushing cars. But we'll go over everything one more time. I got all these signs on the back of my truck. I'll come back later and unload these. I'm going to unload these back in the corner. So next time we're running the torch, we can just cut all the bolts off on the backside and remove the signs from the posts. Like I say, I'll probably keep the winding road sign and the danger sign and one of the yield signs. The rest of these I'm just gonna sell. I thought $300 was a pretty fair price for him and for me. There's room for me to make a little money, but yet that's way more than he would have got for scrap out of them. Like way more. When he bought everything out in that field, he bought it based on scrap price, and so I mean, that's definitely a bonus. And then in here I've got the old TV I thought was super cool, all the dials on the side. I'm guessing this is from like the mid-50s Admiral. I couldn't find one exactly like it, but I found a few that were similar. What I like about it is that it's a metal case. A lot of these are either wood or plastic cases, whereas this one's metal. Here's the hubcap I bought in that one shed. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. Check this out. This can here, there was a great big pile of oil and just jugs of you name it. And a guy bought everything for one money. And then later on, Skylar came up to me and says, hey, there's an old Indian can in that, or Indian head can in that pile. So I went over there and I looked at it and I said, how much you want for that can? And the guy says, I don't know, 20 bucks. And I said, sure, I'll do that. So I bought it for 20 bucks, and then it fell on its side and looks like it leaked oil. Luckily, it leaked oil onto my pile of rags I have, or my roll of rags there. Then I bought one tote, I think for $15 or $17.50, I forget what it was, but it had these inside the tote. 39 Ford, I believe, probably 75 bucks, maybe 100 bucks there. And then here's the instrument cluster out of the pink GMC. And then here's the instrument cluster out of the green Chevy. I gave 20 bucks a piece for those. But in that $20, I also got this fan. That was included. And there's a couple headlight rings down there that were included as well. So in that $40. Technically, it was included with the $20 I paid for this cluster because this fan and those were in that truck. And he's like, I don't care, just take them. So there's that stuff. I think, where's everything else at? Oh, here they are. I see them now. I bought a pallet towards the end of the auction. Didn't know what all was in the pallet, but in there I saw some license plates. You guys saw those earlier in the sale. There was this fan blade. I don't know what it goes to yet. I'll figure it out later. But these here, if I can get them out, a pair of 73 to 79 Chevy bumper guards. So I figured those ought to be decent. I think I paid, what did I pay for that pallet? Was it 15 bucks, 20 bucks? I don't know. It's all running together now, but I know I'll do good no matter what on that pallet. And then in here, nope, there's nothing else good in this one. Open this door. There's some stuff up here. I put the visor right here. I couldn't figure out where else to put it to where it wasn't going to vibrate or blow out or have to be strapped down. I didn't want it to get broken, so I finally figured out that it kind of fits in between the seat and the cab. It's kind of hitting my seat a little bit, but that's okay. These aren't from the auction. I sold these, so I'm just delivering them. But anyway, I got... Well, I never told you what I spent. Altogether, I spent just over $3,200. So a little bit less than I thought I spent, actually. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll be able to make some money. I mean, over half of that was just that one truck by itself. Anyway, I've got all of these here. Got this pile of handles. You got these here. Not these, but all the rest of this was in the cubby I bought in that semi-trailer. That same semi-trailer that had these cans in it. Which I'm still sad that I lost all those, but it's my own fault. Well, it's not my own fault, it's the thief's fault. I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to do that. It's 100% the thief's fault. You shouldn't take stuff that's not yours. But at the same time, I should have grabbed them out of there or had somebody else grab them for me. Definitely, next time I go to a farm sale like that, I'm going to have somebody go with me. Got these 62 or 3 Chevy headlight bezels. I can't remember what they go to now. Got those, I think, for $5 or whatever it was. This pile I got the other day from somebody else. That's a totally separate deal. There's this carburetor here, was on a pallet with stuff that I got out back. And then there's 2 cans full of these. These were in that semi-trailer as well. I didn't buy these by the bid. The guy bought everything in one corner of the trailer, and these were in that pile, so I bought them from him. Still haven't figured out what that goes to. I've never seen one that has the triple deal on the back like this and the little spears coming down on the front. Never seen one like that before, so I don't know, it'd be fun to figure out what that goes to. Moving on, back here, you guys know I mentioned I bought that one tote on that one pallet, and I didn't know what all was in it exactly. I thought there was just a couple magnetos. Well, there's multiple magnetos. I got 3 of them right here, and there was a bunch of power steering pumps in there too. Old ones with the brackets. I put a bunch of them in there, so I thought that was pretty cool. That was a good deal. I'll make some money off of that tote. Of course, I got my wheelbarrow that I don't know why I wanted it, but it's just really cool. And then that one pallet that I bought everything on the pallet, it had this bucket here, which is just old Ensign carburetors, which they're probably not worth any money as a carburetor, but they're all brass. This is clear full of brass. I mean, there's probably 60 or 70 pounds of brass in that bucket. So for 15 bucks or whatever it was I paid for that pallet, I'll make my money back just in scrap, not counting all of the other cool stuff, those license plates and the Chevy bumper guards. And so yeah, I'll make pretty good money off that pallet. Of course, I got the old C10 here. Definitely a rough truck, but I can cut the back of it off. I can cut the front of it off, make wall hangers out of those. And then the spotlight up here, I haven't identified exactly what that goes to yet. I found some similar to it that are for a late 50s Ford, but I still have to identify exactly what it goes to. Then over here, I got some more stuff that was on that pallet that I bought, some tractor carburetors, a couple instrument clusters off of a Farmall, and then this old mirror, I don't know what it goes to. Then I've got all these alternators. That tub is full of alternators, and this tub is full of alternators down in the bottom. There's a few of them are just junk. I mean, there's probably half of them, honestly, are probably just scrap. I gave 70 bucks for all of them, but there's some of these, probably half of them or so, are date coded, correct numbers, and all that good stuff for late 60s GM stuff. I have sold those on eBay before. The numbers matching guys that want an original alternator will buy one like that, you know, for 30, 40 bucks plus shipping, and then they'll have it completely rebuilt. That way they have an original alternator on their car or truck or whatever, and with numbers matching in the whole 9 yards, rather than a brand new one from AutoZone or whatever. Back here, this grill was laying on that Chevy truck that was beside all those signs that we got. I didn't see it laying there when they were selling everything, and so I had told them I'd buy the nose off of this truck and that old Dodge that's up there on the hill. But then when I was loading the signs, I was like, oh, it's already off, just laying on here. So I was like, I'll give you $100 for it and take it now. Then I bought these 2 grill guards, and then over here I've got a set of these wheels. If I can get up here. There we go. Yeah, there's a full set of these slot rims. They're all 16.5s. Kind of an obsolete size. It's hard to find tires for them, and just, I don't know, I wish they were 16s, but I mean, people that are into vintage trucks that want that look, they'll buy them anyway. A couple of them are going to need polished. They were laying down in the dirt for a long time, but they're not broken, they're not cracked, and they're not corroded to where they won't seal up or anything like that. Just a little bit of polishing, they'll be good to go. So I got a full set here. At first I thought there was just 3 because I didn't see this one, and I have one of these already out here that I've had several people want to buy, but I just never got around to selling it, getting it pulled. But now I have a whole set, so if somebody wants them, I can sell them. But yeah, that's everything. I want to get all the stuff off the front of my trailer, get the truck off my trailer, and then I got to get to the yard. But I got to get all this stuff put inside because we're supposed to get a foot of snow, and so I don't want all these alternators to get snowed on. More than likely somebody's going to rebuild them anyway, but I just like to keep the corrosion to a minimum. You can tell they've been stored inside for a long time, so I hate to ruin that now. I've got the loader warming up. Actually, I got to unchain that truck, so I'll do that first. Oh, and I got this car in too. This came in on Friday. A Hudson. What was it? Not a Commander. What was it? Oh, is it a Commander? It is a Commander. Or is it a Commodore? Commodore? I can't remember. But anyway, look at this thing. It's got an all chrome steering column in it. It's got a neat looking hood ornament on it. It's got a cool looking nose that we can cut off. I'm gonna have to straighten those grill bars out a little bit. Lots of neat things. It's got all the original wheels and beauty rings on it. The hubcaps are gone. It's got a neat looking trunk on it. I just got to find one taillight lens and then I can cut this trunk off. And then under the hood, it's got an aluminum intake, which I thought was kind of cool. It's a factory intake, but it's aluminum. I was looking them up. They sell for about $150, $200. Plus it's got a good carburetor on it, 2-barrel carburetor. So lots of good stuff on this car. It was going to get crushed, and I had a guy bring it to me, and he traded it to me for another vehicle. I'm always open to trades. If it's something like he bought a truck that was out of the late 80s, and I was just going to crush it, and so he brought me this instead. So the end result is 2 vehicles that were destined for the crusher ended up both getting saved. He's going to part out the truck he got from me, and I'm going to part this out, and so they'll both see at least a little bit of new life. There we go. I got it unchained. Skyler came by early and unchained this, left his trailer here. He'll come back and get his trailer later. This old International, as you can see, driver's door is gone, but I've got more of these trucks out back, this color even, so I could include a door with it. I got all those funnels in there. I bought those. That was the first thing I bought at the sale. There's a couple old fans in here. I'm guessing they're International. A couple copper radiators. Those will probably just be scrap. But this is a 4-wheel drive. And then up here on the back of it, I was looking, and it looks like, I never even looked on the back of this thing. Looks like there's a pretty cool grill guard on here. That's pretty neat. And then there's, what else we got? Some more 4-wheel drive stuff, another axle and belt housing, cross member, transfer case, a couple extra of these wheels, which they're split ring wheels. A lot of people don't like the split rings, but this is a really unusual bolt pattern. And so what a lot of people do is, if you take it to a professional machine shop, they can take the center out and they can put it in a modern style tubeless ring. That way you can keep your factory bolt pattern, but you can run tubeless tires and you don't have to deal with all the split ring stuff. But as you can see, the only rust in this truck is just a little bit here in the fenders, but compared to most of these trucks, that's not bad. Normally it's like stick your hand inside there and pull it out and make it flap in the wind all the way up. But it's got a nice grill. The core support's all still rock solid. The hood's good. This thing has a lot of good potential. Even the windshield is usable, and the roof's good. It's not rusted out. So definitely a very buildable truck. I will probably clean the back of this truck off and try to sell it whole. I may leave the 4-wheel drive stuff on there just as a bonus with the truck, and I'll obviously include a door with it. And then of course I have the 66 Chevy. When they were selling it, they said they had a title, and then when I went and paid for it, they didn't have a title, which I'll be okay on it. If it was something that serious, I would have maybe raised a little bit of a fit, but It wasn't that big of a deal. The only issue is since it was tagged as an antique in the state of Kansas, I cannot get a title for it now. But lots of other states are fairly easy to get titles, just a little bit of legwork, kind of like Kansas. So I don't think I'll have any problem selling it. It won't be able to go to somewhere like California where you just have to have a title. But more than likely, I'm going to pull the cab and front clip off of that truck, sell those as one piece, and then I'll sell the engine separate, and then I'll scrap the rest of the chassis. Somebody might buy the whole thing, I don't know. I mean, it is a running driving truck. But, I mean, this is a running driving truck, and I've had it for a year now, and it's still sitting here, so I'm probably going to go ahead and knock it apart too. But with that, I'm going to get everything unloaded so I can get out to the other yard and try to get a little bit of stuff done before all the snow moves in. Hopefully the weatherman's wrong and we don't get as much as he's saying, but we'll find out. Last time we got more than what the weatherman said, so hopefully it goes the other direction this time. But regardless, the good auction season is coming up pretty soon. It'll be here before we know it, and I'll have lots more auction videos coming out. As always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Remember to get out there, find yourself an adventure, and if that adventure happens to be a farm auction somewhere in the middle of Kansas, you might just see me there. We'll see you on the next one.
Can't buy Alice motor anymore, folks, very often. All your fuel lines looks like she's mostly there, folks, on your Alice Chalmers engines, folks. They used to say they were really good engines. On the Alice right here, $155, $50 wear, $50 here, $50. Alice Chalmers engine here, $100, $25, $25 all, $100, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25